Earthman stands at the threshold of the space age. But have men from other planets already found their way to our world? For 10 years now, unidentified objects in the sky have been reported all over the world, documented, often scoffed at, never explained. In the past few days, the mounting accumulation of evidence again demands our attention. Could I ask your name, sir, please?
Larry Morton.
And your occupation?
I'm a supervisor in the control tower at International Airport at Los Angeles. I've been there for 11 years.
In those years, have you ever observed anything unusual in the sky?
Yes, quite a number of times. I've seen objects that were difficult to explain.
Recently?
Yes. It was a dark, late evening. I saw a brilliant red light traveling slowly in a northerly direction. At first, I thought it was a nose light on a constellation. Then it turned and proceeded west, and the light changed to an amber color. I established its altitude at 3,000 feet. After about 5 or 6 minutes, it suddenly burst into a brilliant ball of flame and disintegrated. I immediately checked the Navy and established that no blimps were in the area.
Was anyone with you?
No, but telephone calls started pouring in from residents all over the area. I located all of these calls on a crash map and established that the explosion had occurred above a heavily populated area in the vicinity of Crenshaw and Imperial Boulevard. I notified the police, and they made an immediate search, but found nothing.
Now, I have a direct question. Do you believe in flying saucers?
Well, I only know what I saw. And if I've had hallucinations for all these years, I don't belong in the control tower at International Airport.
Thank you, Mr. Morton, very much. There, my friends, is one man's report is backed by sworn statements of hundreds of others. The launching of the Russian satellites proves that such things are within the realm of possibility. But still, what are flying saucers? Where are they from? And because so many of you asked for it, we turn again to the research studies of scientist Walter Rydell and associates. Their findings pictured through animation. But how much is fact?
1947, over an American city, 9 objects sighted flying at around 1,000 miles an hour. 1948, sky watchers of India report a disk with high velocity flying from east to west. 1950, flying saucers again reported over American cities. 1951, another flying saucer observed over the military airport of Fürstenfeldbruck, Germany. 1953, Russians attribute flying discs to propaganda missiles of the imperialistic West. 1955, Arabia, flying discs seen flying with high velocity to disappear.
But reports were mostly from America. In November of 1957, a renewed flood of sightings from Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, California, other parts of the world. Cars were stalled by some electronic force. There were new reports from other parts of the world, India, Germany, Egypt, England, but little information leaked out from behind the Iron Curtain. Many shapes of flying objects have been documented. Here are some of the types described. The most common is the saucer-like disc, often reported to have a small half-dome top. A few pilots reported seeing rows of glowing ports or windows along the saucer rims. Some showed a long plume of jet flame at the rear. This, of course, suggests a rocket jet. In other cases, there was no noise, no rear flame. In other words, they fly by means unknown to us. Spherical objects are among the most common. Yet the strangest observations are those of rings and double halos. In some cases, giant saucers of immense proportions. One such giant saucer was sighted at the same time from 2 towns 158 miles apart. Its diameter estimated to be at least 1,000 feet. Many people still contend that flying saucers are only mirages. Scientists know that mirages do occur if layers of air sandwiched on top of each other have considerably different temperatures. Weather experts call this condition an inversion. Looking against such an inversion, a person on the ground may see a reflection of a remote source of light. This will appear to him as if the radiating object is actually higher in the sky. If the source of light moves, the reflection will appear to move, giving the impression of coming from an object in much higher altitudes. Identical types of mirages may be observed from an airplane flying above an inversion. The reflected light from heavenly bodies can fool the pilot of a plane as it moves along below his ship, apparently at the same speed. Mirages do occur, but how do they explain sightings such as these? The crew of a plane flying at night saw a cigar-shaped object with brightly colored windows. When the two ships passed closely by each other, the reporting crew felt a rocking of their ship. Chains of lights were seen several nights in a row by the people of a Texas town. It was reported they were flying in formation. Can flying rings and double halos be discounted as nothing but mirages? A Geiger counter on 24-hour watch in the high Sierras for measurement of space radiation indicated an increased 100-fold in counting rate during the passing of sighted flying saucers. When directly over the station, the radiation increased suddenly. After the saucers passed, decreased slowly to a normal counting frequency. Some people still insist that the flying saucer is a secret weapon of Russia. But would a country dare test fly highly secret aircraft over a foreign territory? Why not better suppose that saucers are the latest addition to the United States Air Force? We can only speculate and wonder. Are flying saucers interplanetary as a result of a mass hysteria? Are they a bubble of fantasy that'll break? If they are real and not from this world, we can only conclude that life exists on other planets. There is no direct proof. Neither is there proof against it. The mystery of the flying saucer, the greatest mystery of the 20th century, is still without solution.